Five Nights at Freddy's 3. Oh boy. Thankfully, we've got a whole night for me to kind of process what I'm about to talk about. Some nice little. So, let's start from the beginning. I do like this opening night relative to how this game actually plays. So, the opening night, there are no threats. Which, considering there's only 6 nights in the game and no custom night, it's, maybe it's a little bit less content, but the whole problem is that Springtrap is hard to see on the cameras. This whole opening night gives you a chance to kind of look around, kind of play with the mechanics a little bit. Not that that helps a lot, but it's appreciated, right? Play audio. It makes sense, right? And you can kind of look at the vents, you know. It's a smart idea. It's just that it doesn't really do much in the grand scheme of things. One of the biggest hurdles for new players is just learning where Springtrap is in these dumb cameras. And finding him fast enough to stop him from killing you. And this opening night, while it helps, I'm glad they did it. I just don't think it matters a whole lot.
Hi.
But it is good for, like, the build-up of the guy saying, like, we actually found one. And it's in there now. I love that. I love that a lot. Phone dude, I like that. It's not phone guy, it's phone dude. Dude, like, oh. Dude. Oh.
Hello.
And you get to kind of look at this panel over here and be like, okay, so this... You can kind of roughly understand what these do aside from ventilation. So the mechanics don't surprise you. It's more like how the AI works that ends up surprising you. So I like that.
Hello.
And on revisit, obviously you kind of just have to let night 1 play out. But trust me, I don't exactly revisit this game as a hobby. Hey, look, it's me. It's me right there, bro. I'm in the game. It's a fan of the game. It's been in every game. I don't know why I'm saying. Now, on another point, a lot of people praise this game for its atmosphere. I don't disagree. I don't disagree. This place looks great. It feels good. In terms of being a horror game, right? The muskiness of it. The fact that it's meant to be a horror house of sorts works. I think they did that really well, like that Chica light right there. The weird looking Freddy head over here. Like the vintage posters, these parts in the box look creepy. I like the way this place looks. I don't hate that. Look at all those arcade cabinets everywhere. I would like to go to a place like this in real life. It all works, the foxy head here. I like how this place looks. That said, I think the atmosphere would be vastly improved if this stupid soundtrack didn't loop endlessly. I plan on making a video about the soundtracks of these games, but holy moly. This soundtrack's annoying. And it didn't exactly solve the FNAF 2 problem of the sirens constantly blaring in your ear. The FNAF 3 just has its own variant of that. So,
Hello.
the atmosphere's good. It's got some problems, but I like how the place looks. That's fine. That's cool. Great. But the problems are now beginning. So begins the hell that is Five Nights at Freddy's 3. Shut up, phone dude. So if Springtrap can spawn in either cam 10, 9, or 8. Supposedly. Although I seem to have already lost him at it's only night 2 for crying out loud. Okay. Did he already escape me? This is what I'm talking about. The gameplay... okay. He's already back here? What the crap? He's already on cam 5. Oh, he must have skipped from 8 straight to 5. Okay. Okay, it's gonna be kind of hard to talk about the gameplay. While I'm actually playing it. So... revisiting this game doesn't really make much of a difference. I'm kind of just here to review the game at this point. FNAF 3 is a collection of good ideas. But holy crap, I do not like its execution. So the gameplay is extraordinarily chaotic. In the sense, not in the FNAF 2 sense, but in the sense that you just don't know what's going on. This game is hard to figure out. Again, not so much on, like, the surface level. It's specifically these cameras. Springtrap's behavior
Hi.
and these cameras are just so... They feel inconsistent. They're not, but they feel so inconsistent. It takes forever to learn what's going on. The gameplay is so randomized in a way that even FNAF 2 isn't. People might give me flack for this. I have direct experience with this. The difference between FNAF 3 and FNAF 2 is that in FNAF 2, the aggression levels of each animatronics are so vast that your odds of winning a hard night, like one of the custom nights, is lower. Now, FNAF 3 is different because there's only one real threat to keep track of. So in the sense, you'd think it'd be easier on Nightmare Aggressive mode. But if he feels like it, sometimes it's just not. This is going to be a really rambly kind of segment, because I don't know how to talk about this game. I don't want to be mean. I don't want to undervalue anyone else's experience. But even from the start, I felt like this game just didn't feel right. You know, something felt off about it, even from the start. Even while the hype was alive for it, I still felt like this one just doesn't hit the same for some reason. Oh, surprised I got out of that. We'll talk about the Phantoms in a second, but the cameras themselves and the one animatronic thing, good idea, especially compared to FNAF 2 where there was like 50. But the execution is really picky because he's stealthing around these cameras. And a new player is not going to know what to look for at first. So he's going to get to you more often. Now, you don't want the game to feel unfair, so the game opts to warn you a lot. And by a lot, I mean completely throw out its own horror validity. Which might sound extreme, but... Oh, he's back. Okay. So essentially, the reason I really, really don't like this game, aside from even just the weird cameras, I don't like this game because it forewarns you about everything. Not even in a way that helps you in gameplay. It forewarns you before you die. And I don't mean that, like, sort of just in a technical sense. No, I mean it has a sound effect for everything that Springtrap could be doing. And or it just shows you the problem. I would display, but I don't feel like dying on night 2 and starting all over again. I'd rather throw on a night that actually makes sense. When he hits the vents, you hear this loud thump, thump, thump. So when he comes towards you again, shocker, what do you think you hear? You hear a big thump, thump, thump. It's kind of hard to get jump scared when you hear like 50 sounds ahead of time that are warning you it's about to happen. I don't say this lightly. Springtrap is incapable of jump scaring you. That may sound extreme. Now, obviously, a first-time playthrough, you'll probably still get jumped to some extent. I'm not acting like, oh, this is a complete failure of horror design, right? It's not that bad. And I do take this first experience seriously because that's like my whole thing about FNAF 2 is like, hey, remember how it felt the first time? That was the intention. The first time FNAF 3, it was scary, but it wore off way faster, I think, than the other games did. Because, man, it just... Not only does it forewarn you about everything, but... We'll talk about the rest in a second. I will admit, though, I'm having more fun playing the game as I'm ranting about it than I am about... just playing it normally. So, as previously stated, Springtrap is incapable of jump scaring you. Because when he's approaching the office, you see him standing in this window, you see him leaning in this doorway, and then, shocker, he kills you. Like,
Hi.
are we supposed to be surprised? Are we supposed to have gotten jumped? When he goes in the vents, you hear the thump, 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 thump. And when he approaches, you hear the thump, thump, thump. Like, am I supposed to be shocked by something? Where's the scare factor coming into play? Now, someone might say, oh, the Phantoms. The Phantoms, they said. Okay. If I wasn't making a video on this topic, I'd probably just laugh it off and ignore it entirely. But I guess I gotta mention the Phantoms. Again, at first they were probably a little spooky. Alright, like, oh, Balloon Boy keeps catching you off guard. Foxy's jump scare is okay. It's not terrible. Foxy's, in particular, is... He doesn't really show up until he's already, like, in the process of jump scaring you. So, that one's okay, I guess, but... By the point that Foxy jump scares you, you've already gotten so accustomed to the jump scares that it's kind of pathetic. Again, like, each individual Phantom might get you once or twice, but, like, they jump scare you so frequently that I don't even get the point. Like, why even have them at all? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, no, I think I'm gonna die. Oh, I'm actually gonna die. Ah, crud. am I gonna die or did I mishear that? Oh, okay, so he climbed in this one, then climbed back out. Okay.
Hi.
That freaked me out. Okay, I thought I was gonna die. I don't want to die this soon because these nights kind of feel like they last a while. The phantoms jump scare you so frequently that it's just annoying. There's no fear there. It's just irritating. Now, on the point of jump scares, why is the sound so bad? Why is the jump scare noise like so soft? It's just like this hiss. It's a hiss. Why is it a hiss? Now, I could understand the hiss if it was specialized. Like, oh, only Springtrap did it. Or only this Phantom did it. Hey, Freddy. But no, they all make the exact same noise. Ghosts make the same jump scare noise as an actual entity. What? I just don't understand the logic of that. The Phantoms should have screamed at you. If they're gonna be annoying like that, at least make them spooky. Right? The Phantoms just feel like a really weird inclusion. What impact did the Phantoms have? I'm dead serious. What good did the Phantoms bring to this franchise? No one talks about them. Because they're stupid. I will say though, the zombie thing, people are like, you'll hear complaints, they're like, oh, Springtrap's jump scare is so slow and boring. Like, camera stills like this are the only thing that actually help us learn this game. Because some of them have to be obvious so that we can actually learn what's going on. FNAF 3 is like, sometimes weirdly easy. But it's not. But it kind of is. It's so weird. This game is so weird. Again, I really am trying not to be mean. It's just so hard to talk about this game without complaining. Because it just doesn't work in so many ways. People will like, oh, Springtrap's jump scare is so slow and quiet. Why is it so slow and quiet? And then you'll have people that come out and say, like, it's because he's a guy in a suit. He's not supposed to be as fast as these animatronics. That doesn't explain anything, man. It's also it's an excuse. I'm being mean again. I don't like it. Okay. Okay, so hear me out. So yes, he is a human being. However, let's at least acknowledge that he could have found a way, Scott Cawthon in this case, could have found a way to make the jump scare work with him being human. He could have done it. It could have been done. Some simple visual trickery could have done it. Just the fact that you have to not be looking at him in the first place means that there was a good setup there for a quick, snappy, and loud jump scare. I don't know if you can hear the snaps because my mic has filters on it, but... And even if Springtrap's jump scare was slow... Go back up there again. Again, why does... Like, why do the Phantoms sound the exact same way? Where they're a little bit faster in their jump scares, they are no less predictable anyways. Like, it is my personal opinion, but from... Okay, he moved that time. From my experience and my explanation, this game is not scary in the slightest. Despite even not knowing it perfectly like I do the other games, it is still not as scary. Because even the surprising elements don't actually surprise me. So to rewind to the topic of this game's difficulty being insanely inconsistent, when I played Nightmare Aggressive Mode, I spent about an hour and a half failing. I could barely get past 1 AM, bro. I just wasn't all that good at this game. Or more like Springtrap was absurdly aggressive and finding him on the cameras is very tedious. However, one random attempt later, Springtrap just decides... Nah, he's chill with that. Bro just decides to not move. And I don't mean like full stop not move, but I mean like he became extremely passive. He barely moved every hour. He'd move like a few times per hour. I don't know why. I didn't cheat. He just decided to do that. The AI of Springtrap is so inconsistent and weird. And I think that's why it's so hard to learn this game. Because the idea of having one threat is fine on paper, but boy, you have to balance the game like really well to make it work. So I beat Nightmare Aggressive not because I was good at the game, but because Springtrap just decided to be chill. That was how I beat it. Anyways, That's revisiting FNAF 3. And notice how I've not lost a single time yet. I've not even come close to losing. I don't even think Springtrap got past Camp 7.